get as most yards as possible on each carry.
What are the goals this year?
Win every game we play. Take it week by week.
Christian, I covered Colorado, so I want to ask you your hometown Bucks real quick. How have you seen them progress as a team, just as you watch them from afar?
Oh, they've progressed a whole lot. Coach Mack has an unbelievable thing going there, and they're only on the come up from here. That's a team that definitely has the talent. Tough team to play too, especially at CU and the altitude. A lot of guys aren't used to it. So they're definitely on the rise.
Physically, are they tougher to play than they have been earlier in your career?
I mean, I've only really played them once, so I mean, I don't know one of those teams. But from what I play, they're definitely physically there.
Christian, what are some of the things that you worked on in the offseason to prepare for this year?
Really everything. Coach Shaw harps on being the most complete back you could possibly be, and so with that, whether it's running between the tackles, catching the ball in the backfield, lining up at receiver, return game, pass protection, all that stuff, I'm just trying to get better at every single spot.
Can you do more than you did last year?
Yeah, I mean, you can always do more. The price always increases, and for me, I'm not statistically focused on that, but just focused on becoming a better me. And last year I didn't come in with some record-breaking goals and all that stuff. I came in keeping it simple. Going to do my job and be the best possible football player I can be to help our team win, and that's the same thing I'm going to go into, the same mindset I'm going to go in this season.
How do you adjust to life without Kevin Hogan? What will you miss about playing with him?
Oh man, I'm gonna miss him a lot. That's for sure. He's a guy that you ask anyone on a team would go to bat for in a heartbeat. He's sacrificed so much for us on and off the field. He's had to go through a lot of adversity in his life. Playing through brutal injuries and the off the field stuff that he's had to endure. Yet he always brings a smile to our faces, and he's been an incredible leader. And so we're definitely going to miss him. But with that, you got two guys that are competing for a quarterback spot that learned under him, that are going to carry those attributes that he had with them throughout their careers as well.
How important is Daniel Marks to the team? I know I've seen him pop open a few holes for you.
Yeah, Daniel Marks, he's a silent assassin. The fullback doesn't get enough credit nowadays, especially in a changing league. But he's a guy that without him, without the O-line, it all starts with guys like that. And so they really are the president of our offense.
Been some changes in terms of late starts, trying to get you guys on a little earlier. Do you think that'll help exposure? I mean, it seemed to come down to that maybe.
Man, as far as exposure goes, I could care less about exposure. Whether I have the greatest season ever and everybody sees it, or I have the worst season ever and everybody sees it, or no one sees it, whatever it is, man, if I'm playing football, that'll bring me peace, and that's where I'm happy.
So with that said, what do you make of all this? Do you enjoy this? Would you rather skip this part of the process?
I love talking to you guys. What are you talking about? No, man. I mean, it's something that just comes with it. You know what I mean? And every great athlete in the world wants to be in that position. Whether you like the stuff or not, it's better to be here than not. And I love talking about myself and talking about my team and our upcoming year. Because I think it's important, especially in a time where media is so important. Us as athletes. With a target on our backs can be an actually positive target on our back, and we can actually do a lot of good in this world.
I asked about Hogan, but you also had two linemen get drafted. That adjustment playing with a new offensive line.
Oh yeah, definitely. It always is, but it's an adjustment that every year you lose guys and you have to make adjustments. That's just part of college football is you can't stay forever, and so with that, it's just the guys that have. We take big pride in the older guys blazing the trail for us, and we just look what they do, follow them, and go from there. But you lose guys every year. It's always the talk is what are you going to do without him, or him? And, that's why we recruit the guys we do is to fill those spots.
Stanford was picked to win it all this year by the media. Now there's a caveat, we're usually wrong. But does that validate at all, or is that just like, just in one ear, out the other, and you don't really pay attention, or do you guys sometimes go on the internet?
I just found that out, so no, I mean, we could care less. We haven't even played a game yet, let alone another Pac-12 championship. We're focused on, still summer conditioning. We haven't started fall camp yet, so, we're just trying to put our bodies in the best physical condition we can be in to beat each other up for a little bit before we play K-State on September 2nd.
Christian, how much of a transition do you guys going to feel without Kevin being at the quarterback position?
There's a little bit of a transition, but it's not a bad transition. Like I said, the two guys here are unbelievable leaders and unbelievable football players who are competing, and they're guys who have watched Kevin for a long time now. And so, I always like to, use this example. In school, you can't cheat. You're not allowed to, look off someone's test and copy them. But in football, you can do exactly that. You can watch the tape. You can watch how someone carries himself. Watch how they lead. And you can copy exactly what they do and make it your own. But that's one of the beauties of it is you got a guy like Kevin Hogan who leads us, and then you got two quarterbacks who have been under him for a while now, to come up and fulfill his legacy and go right back to where he started.
So you're very confident in either one of those guys?
Oh, 100%. I think whoever's going to earn that spot, and whether they both play or one plays, I know they're going to put us in the best position possible.
Keller played a lot in that game against Arizona and had that big block for you. I mean, is that something you see him in practice? Is he capable of binding a guy up like that?
Yeah, no, definitely. He's a very tough player. He takes big pride in being from the Midwest and just being like a farm strong, kind of tough quarterback. And so he's actually my roommate, so I give him a hard time a lot. But that just kind of shows the kind of guy he is and the kind of quarterback he is. He's not afraid to lay his body on the line for the team and let alone pancake someone like that and then go try to do it again on the same play. And so, for someone to do that, that's very encouraging. As a running back, you feel confident in your team that your team has your back.
Christian, what have you seen from Trent Irwin this spring, and what improvements maybe has he made in year one?
Yeah, I think Trent Irwin's going to be the biggest spark, and one of the biggest sparks in college football. I've seen him grow immensely, and to watch him one-on-one in routes is like artwork. He's so crisp in his routes. He's so smooth. He has unbelievable hands, and he's one of the hardest workers I ever met. So I definitely expect big things from him this year.